Hey there, welcome to Contracts and Chaos. My name's Alyssa.
And I'm Brenna, and we're here to tell you that you are not alone in the mayhem of this real estate industry.
We're keeping it real and sharing our stories, strategies, and successes in today's real estate world.
So come join us every Tuesday while we talk contracts and chaos.
We are headed into the fourth quarter, and this we're putting together early because we want to plan, right? We don't want to be.
I was going to say, don't say the fourth quarter. I got a whole nother month left. Stop doing
but it's
that
coming.
to me.
So, fourth quarter starts in like
coming.
a month and a half, right? So we're recording this because we want to make sure that if you take one of these ideas or you're thinking of doing something in your community for your clients in fourth quarter, that you have time to plan it. That you're not suddenly going, oh shit, it's Halloween, I don't have my party planned. Or, oh my God, it's Christmas, where am I buying the poinsettias this year? Have a plan. This is the time to start thinking about it. And maybe it's already on your calendar, like, oh, I'm going to do the pie giveaway, but you haven't built out the steps to do it. You're just like, I'm going to do that November 12th. Okay, well, hold on. Have you called the bakery? Do you know when you're sending out flyers? All those things. So today, if you haven't caught on, we are talking about fourth quarter client appreciation ideas. And I want to clarify client appreciation. These are not going out to your farm. These are not going out to maybe your vendors if it's someone you work with a lot. But we are talking about showing appreciation for your VIPs, the people who have given you repeat business, the people who bought and sold with you this past year. Who else do you include in your client appreciation? Because if you've been in the business a while, you may not be including everyone. Or I'm obviously not going to include the people who live out of state. I may send them like a holiday card, but they're not going to be invited to the pie giveaway if I do one. So who do you include in your client appreciation?
Well, I think it's important to reach out to all the clients. You know what I mean? Even if they have moved away and stuff, because we've been in the business for what, 5 years?
This is my fourth.
So we have a good handful of clients. But I think that if nothing else, the invitation and just staying on top of mind and like, oh yeah, she remembers that we worked together once upon a time. I think that it's just another touch point. Hey, I didn't know if you were coming back to visit family for the holidays. Well, because I work with a lot of sellers, so a lot of my clients have moved away. So reaching out and just say, maybe they're coming back to visit family for the holidays. Maybe they're going to be back in town and just say, hey, I was thinking about you. You're invited. I'd love to do this for you. And like I said, it's just one more way to stay on top of mind. They already had a great transaction with you. Just another reminder, like, oh yeah, my aunt said that she's actually getting ready to sell the family farm. So let me get you hooked up with her. So whether they come or not is a no point, I guess, to me. Of course, you want to have a great, successful turnout for whatever you do, but it's all about the conversations that are generated from that event or that pop by or whatever you're doing.
And I also think you made a good point. Like they might be coming back to town, but also if they have moved away, they may know people where they live now who would be moving here or other people. So it's a good way to stay top of mind for referrals. So you're right. I was wrong. I should reach out to my people who have moved away.
Well, I say that because most of my clients have moved away. I wouldn't be talking to anybody. Not very many.
Most of mine still live in the area. Mine are either coming in or moving around in this area. So
That's good though. That's good for repeats and
so
stuff.
I've already glossed over high level some ideas. And guys, if you didn't catch those Easter eggs, rewind because I definitely dropped some ideas in there. I'm not going to give you...
Yeah, no, we were talking about doing 2 ideas a piece. I think you gave out 4 in the very beginning.
I don't think any of those are ones I'm going to do. So.
Okay, so are you doing big events or are you doing more intimate pop by, surprise at the door, ding dong ditch style?
So let's start with our...
Okay, all right,
we said, so when we were talking about this yesterday, we said we'd each have one idea for fall and one idea for the holidays, right? So let's start with our fall ideas. So mine I'm obsessed with Halloween. And I kind of did this a couple years ago at my own house in my backyard, um, just to see who would show up. And I didn't plan it, it was kind of last minute. But this year I'm going to do it. I don't know if I'm going to do it outside again or at a theater just because of weather. Weather here's been crazy lately, and I don't know that I want to risk it.
Oh my
I'm going to
God.
do a Hocus Pocus viewing.
Oh my God. I love, my kids are obsessed with Hocus
Well, you
Pocus.
guys
We
can
watch it
come.
every year,
You can come
several
for sure.
times a year.
Mabel's watched it. We had an indoctrination her first year here. Um, and I made my best friend
It's good.
Eric sit down and watch it one year. I made him watch Hocus Pocus and Mean Girls in one night. So, um, but yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So if I rent out a theater, I need to start talking to them because it's usually about 6 weeks out that you can rent the theater. Pick a date. I'm going to bring my lender, my insurance agent, other vendors in to help sponsor it, and just do popcorn, sodas, maybe chips. Because usually when you do that, some of the snacks you can bring in. They don't require you to buy their food, which is obviously I'm going to do movie theater popcorn, but candies, chips, things like that, I'll source somewhere else because it's way too expensive. And just that will be my fall thing. Pick like I'll probably do a Friday night because Saturdays I feel like in the fall you've got kids sports stuff like that, and we will all go watch Hocus Pocus either in the like community area of the neighborhood I farm because double whammy there. It'll be my VIPs or my clients. Sorry, Roxanne is like doing circus tricks behind me, and all I can hear is the crunch of whatever she's playing on. And then, so we'll do that, or we will do it at a theater, just depending on cost and availability, stuff like that. So, is this what
Is
your idea was?
hilarious. Oh my God. Except it's not Hocus Pocus because as obsessed with Halloween as you are, Christmas is my thing. So,
What are you gonna do Christmas movie?
but I'm not really, I think it comes out closer to Christmas or maybe it comes out, I think it's around Thanksgiving. I want to do a preview of the new Mufasa
Oh,
movie because that's like very on brand and on trend for who
yes,
I
it
am as
is.
a human. So that's hilarious. No, because I've been looking into the differences of, like you said, doing like a projector setup, like something kind of like at a park or something like that, versus renting out a theater at. We have several theaters around here. There's one in Newton that's like super tiny local movie theater that I think would be super cool to do it at. But like you said, like there's a bigger cost, of course, involved in that because you're buying out the seats for that entire theater room. And then a lot of times they make their
Right.
money in concessions. So I'm sure that they have like guidelines of what you can, can't, how much you can bring in kind of thing. The only and somebody else I know actually just did a movie event and they did it for the new gosh, what is that Colleen Hoover movie?
Oh,
It
really?
Ends With Us.
That's an
That
interesting
movie that
pick.
just came out with Blake Lively. Yeah, they did. It was pitched for like girls' night out, you know. So it was like all women that went, and they had little goodie bags that their sponsors put together. They had like face masks and eye jellies, and of course you've got like your koozies and branded stuff from each of those sponsors. But I thought that was really cool, and they actually ended up putting their candy and stuff inside the
Yeah,
swag bags. So they were just like, here's a present, wink,
makes
wink.
sense.
And then they had their people if they wanted to buy soda or popcorn through the theater. So I think that that's just such a cool idea. And like you said at the end of it too, though, I don't have enough local past clients to fill a theater, right? But this is a double whammy of either being able to open it up to say like the kids' classrooms, like my school people that I'm like really working with a lot, or to I don't know if this is something that you partner with another
Right.
agent on. You know what I mean? Split the costs, and then nobody, unless they know those people individually, they don't know if they're your clients or not. And they're just like, wow, this is a huge event for her past clients. You know, this is crazy. It's just cool, and I think that that's something that a lot of people. I feel like client events can be like, I don't know anybody who's going to be there. You know, the only person that they would know essentially
Right.
is me. right? So it kind of doing it through like a movie theater, it kind of takes that edge off because you're going to see a movie. You're going to be there, 30 or 45 minutes early to get your tickets, say hello, get your swag bags, go find your seat, get excited, and then you're there for an hour and a half to watch a movie. You're not sitting there over a charcuterie board making conversation and new friends with people that you've never met before. It kind of takes that like
Right.
ooh out of it. So I think and it's something that the family can do, which for me is
Yeah.
on brand.
Yeah,
Right.
that's perfect. So what is your fall idea the movie? Is that what you were
Yeah, because I think it comes out in November,
right before?
so that would be my fall one. And then more for Christmas, it's just going to be like I don't want to say just going to be, but more of a catered little basket. I want to do like a wrapping basket. I did a few of them last year. I only did 5, but they were so much fun. People loved them. You can get the wrapping paper, a pair of scissors, got some tape, like, and put it all together. And there was like this cute little tag about time to wrap up this year, kind of thing. And those can be, you can go really in depth with wrapping
Right.
gifts, right? So they can be super expensive, they can be really easy. But it's something, again, that my kids can get involved in. We put those together, we drive around, hand them out, and those will be more for just like my local that I can stop and leave it at their door and be like, hey, left you a present, Merry Christmas. And again, it's not something that's going to it'll have like my name and stuff on it, but it's not going to be overly branded either, because I feel like if they're my past clients and have
Right.
worked, they know
Right.
who I am, right? And that's just another like, hey, hope you're doing great. If you don't still love your
Right, I'm
house,
here. Well, and
call
I
me.
think that's also
Right.
something. So, like, when I have clients who are about to close, I use a company called BizBox and I send a moving package with them. I think you use them too, right? And they're customized boxes
Yeah.
and it sends
Mm-hmm.
with tape
Yep.
and all sorts of stuff. You could, if you
Mm-hmm.
wanted to ninja that idea, do it. If you want to make it super easy, do it through Amazon with a little gift slip that says the same thing. Just like time to wrap this year up. Hope you
Mm-hmm.
had a great year, Brenna. Or you could,
And those could be the ones that for people who've
right,
moved away,
exactly.
right? Just still send those out. Like if you're doing the more local drop offs around, in your 15 square miles or right around, and then Amazon those out to those other
Right. Or
past
if you
clients. I
didn't
think
want,
that's
like,
a
if you
great
wanted to
idea.
jazz it up a bit, you could find, like, sometimes wrapping paper comes in sheets that are folded or tissue paper and do, like, a roll of tape and a little thing and put it in a cute little Christmas mailer. And that's a great, yeah, you could totally do that for local and distant. And you can find, if you're worried about, well, what if they don't do Christmas? What if they celebrate Hanukkah? Well, just go with, like, generic snowflakes. There are so many gift
Mm-hmm.
giving holidays at the end of the year. Just pick a generic.
Yep.
Don't go with Christmas trees and menorahs. Pick something down the middle, and you're not going to offend
Mm-hmm.
anyone.
Yeah, and I think that's something too that people overthink too much. Like, oh, I don't want to send them a Christmas card, and we do like happy holidays or whatever makes your
Right.
heart happy. So I think that most people, if they're just getting a gift from somebody, they're like, oh, that was nice because they're thinking of me. They didn't send me this wrapping paper because they assume that I celebrate Christmas,
Right.
and now
Right.
I'm mad.
So I have two things. So I used to do poinsettias. I used to deliver them door to door. But in Charlotte, my radius could be 50 miles each way. And it would
Either
take
direction. Yeah.
too long. And it's not something that's easy. Could I just order poinsettias? Yes. But that takes the personalization away and it's far more expensive. So I think this year I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to pivot. I think I haven't decided, and I may not do a holiday thing. If I'm doing a big Halloween thing, I may just do like the wrapping paper pop buys. But so you do a Christmas like competition, right? As like a marketing thing, which I think we're
Mm-hmm.
going to do with my marketing team this year. If I'm doing that, I want to rent a party bus and do a Christmas light tour. Pick like a
Oh,
Friday or
fun.
Saturday night and say, hey, everyone meet at this grocery store parking lot at 6 o'clock and there'll be snacks and beverages on the bus. And, the first, however big the bus is, first, however many people who RSVP get a spot. And we are going to play Christmas carols and drive around and look at Christmas lights. And I just think that's like, right? Like have hot cocoa ready, some snacks, maybe some adult beverages. But I think that would be fun. I think that would be a ton of fun.
I think that would be fun. And you're really close to McAdenville,
that's kind of
too.
my thought. Is like, okay, let's all meet in Belmont. And then if we get stuck in traffic, we're having fun on a party bus. Like, how could that be a bad thing? And if I look into it and the bus is too much for some reason or we can't get one, I have a plan B. So you mentioned McAdenville. If you're not in our area, look up Christmas Town USA. It's this little town nearby where the houses, like if you buy one, you have to decorate. It's literally written.
You're required. It's like written into the
well, and
local
it's in your
ordinance,
CCRs.
isn't it?
Like it's in your covenants when you buy houses with certain addresses, and people drive through it from like Thanksgiving to the day after Christmas. Thousands of people a night, but you can also walk it. So my other thought is, if they won't let a bus come through for some reason, I will have everyone still meet at that grocery store parking lot and have the bus drop us off near, so we can walk and just have everyone, and then be like, okay, bus, pick us up in 2 hours at this spot and get us out of here. That might be, because I do think
my only worry with that would be losing somebody.
We'll figure it out though.
Adults are the worst to keep track of,
especially
honestly.
when alcohol is involved.
And I'm speaking for myself because I'm the one that wanders away during those
but I
things.
Do right?
Ask my husband.
I do think that's
it's bad. Just like, oh my God, Christmas lights, and miss a turn and miss the bus, and now I'm lost. That would be me. But no, I love Christmas. I love Christmas lights. I love that whole thing. So I think that would be a super cool idea.
Yeah, and those are things I can start looking into now. Find out prices. Again, get vendors to join me. To split costs. And see which way I want to go. But I definitely want to do the Halloween movie. And then if Christmas lights is too much on top of that, then I'll do like a pop-by instead. And just prepare myself and know which day I'm going to which side of the city. And not try to scramble and do it all in one day.
Right. Well, and honestly, some of these things like the renting the movie theater or renting a bus, like all of these things take time and preparation. Like this isn't something that you can throw together in a week, like you said in the beginning. So you're like, it's August now, but the way that this year has gone, you guys, 2 days from now is going to be New Year's Eve. So
I know. I was thinking,
really got to start taking notes, making plans, put it in your calendar for steps that you need to start taking for this, because Christmas will be here before you know it.
All right. Well, those are our ideas for holiday pop-bys, customer client appreciation events. Don't forget the couple I glossed over at the beginning. If you want more details on those, let us know. I can send you some information.
Yeah, those are good. Yeah, and I think we'll do another episode too, because these are kind of like bigger ones. But if you're looking for something just like community involvement,
yeah, we could do like a holiday marketing, like for definitely. We'll make that next week's episode.
Yep. Cool. Alrighty. Well, have a great week, guys. We'll talk to you next Tuesday. We just finished another episode of Contracts and Chaos, but believe me, the chaos does not stop here. So check out the show notes for our email address and where to follow us on socials, and we will see you next week.